Welcome back, everyone. Megan Fechter is an artist out of Atlanta who's passionate about art and design, and she shares that through her prints and commissioned parcels. She's from Augusta, but calls any place with her paints and art brushes her home. And we are so happy to have Megan with us today. Megan, your business, Painted Parcels, actually started in your college dorm.
Yes, it did. I am a proud graduate of the Georgia Institute of Technology, and I started painting in my college dorm room.
Now, it's interesting because you graduated not necessarily with an art degree, but art is what you do.
Yes, that is correct. So I've always been passionate about art and curious about it, but I've never taken a class before.
Yeah.
And I went to Georgia Tech to become a businesswoman. And the big plan was that I was going to join corporate America, and I just picked up this hobby along the way.
I love that. And this hobby grew and grew, and you've been able to make a career out of it. So maybe you did arts and crafts as a kid, but you didn't have formal art studies.
No, and I would always dabble in it. I begged my mom to take me on all of her shopping trips for like the home, because I loved matching cushions and paint swatches and whatnot. But it was never something I asked for lessons for. And even in high school, I did the weight training class. I wasn't in the art room. I mean, so it's been a huge surprise to me, and especially my family, that my life has taken such a pivot. So.
Well, now I have to ask you about this. When you're talking about your family, how happy were your parents when you graduated from college and said, "Oh, you know, I think I'm going to go into art"?
Yeah, that was a huge.
Because I know how that would have gone over with my parents.
Well, you know, it was funny because when I started my job, which I got a corporate job right out of college, you know, my first few weeks, I called my mom. I'm like, "Mom, I know this sounds nuts, but I think I'm supposed to be a full-time artist." And she was like, "Megan, I beg you, stick with it for 2 years." And with each phone call, that timeline changed. She's like, "Can you do a year? How about 6 months?" And I made it to the 6-month mark, and I'll never forget, it was pouring down rain. My mind was just buzzing with what I really wanted to do, which was paint. And I walked home that day from work, 3 miles in the pouring down rain. And I finally got to my apartment. I was drenched, and I called my mom. I'm like, "Mom, this is it. Like, I know what I want to do." And my mom said the best thing she could have ever said to me, and she goes, "All right, girlfriend, show me your business plan."
And you're doing it, and you've moved into a studio in Atlanta. And this is some of what you love. Now, you love words.
I do.
I love this one right here, Boss Lady.
Boss Lady.
I love Boss Lady. And the one you have there, that's really neat.
Yes, empowered women empower women.
Empowered women, and then empower women.
Yes, on the other side.
That.
And this is all part of my Unbridled series. So when I was in corporate America, I became really passionate about empowering other women, women creating their own careers. So that really inspired you know, this whole line of work. Now, these are the prints that accompanied a acrylic line. So I produced about 10 canvas acrylic paintings that I had a gallery for. And what was really exciting was when I had my Unbridled series art show, I asked my followers to submit stories of female mentorship and female empowerment to me to include in the show. So when you walk through the gallery with each piece of artwork, there was an inspirational story submitted by a woman about another woman, and I just think that it created such a beautiful atmosphere. All the people that came, my community that came to that art show, it was just really empowering and uplifting, and that's what I really aimed for with this artwork.
Now, you know, we're at way different points now in careers, and one thing that I have found over the length of my career is that women definitely can empower women, but women can also tear women down.
Yes, that is true, and I think that that is a narrative that is really coming into the media now, and I think that, you know, women in previous decades really had to fight to be where they are today, and you know, they still are on the defense, but now they have to realize, no, like, you are finally in the position to bring other women up with you. And that was really the focus of my work, is just a call to action to other women to be excited for each other, and her success is not my failure, just those types of things. And I've been fortunate enough to be in a family of incredible women who are so independent and so eclectic. And then in my sorority and even just in my community, I've had these mentors who helped me see that what I was seeing in corporate America wasn't how it had to be. Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit. We've got one large acrylic here.
But that piece was actually the very first piece of art that inspired the Unbridled series, and that is what I painted on a disgruntled day at work, you know, where I was just frustrated that women just didn't know how to bring others up and be encouraging. I came home and this is what I painted, and I think you can see a lot of the freedom I felt when I was painting that. There is scar tissue and strength and beauty, and that is really what resonated with me on that day and things that I knew I needed to focus on if I was going to continue a career in corporate America. But as you can see, I decided to go off, and I felt like I can make a bigger mark empowering women through my artwork.
Take a look now. If you're interested in learning more about Megan and her art, you can browse her website and find original acrylics. You can find out how to submit commissions. There's wedding stationery, awesome calligraphy. All you have to do is go to paintedparcels.com. And Megan, I know that you're also on all the social media platforms.
Yes.
People can find you at Painted Parcels.
At Painted Parcels on Instagram as well as on Facebook.
Fantastic. All the best to you, Megan Fechter.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Coming up, our art continues with the written word, an in-depth chat with longtime Augusta Chronicle writer Charmaine Zimmerman Brackett, who's also a celebrated author. Don't go away.